Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to
Live at 5.
It's Live at 5, and it's brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. And now, your host for Live at 5, Stephen A. Turner.
What's up, and welcome to Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. I'm Vic Evans, sitting in the captain's chair here in the Floor Concept Studio for segment 1. Stephen A. Turner will be back here for segment 2, and I'm being joined by Jalen Doherty. Jalen, welcome to Live at 5.
Happy Monday, Vic.
It's a great Monday, great weather out there. Make sure you're following the game on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also now on YouTube, the Live at 5 page. And as always, you can download the Owensboro Radio app where you can listen live anywhere in the world. You can also now find us on Spotify and iTunes.
That's right.
You can check it out on Live at 5 there. And you can follow me on Twitter at Coach Evans 1973. And when you want to hit us up, you can hit us up on the Kicking It text line, 270-903-0389. And Jalen, we're getting ever closer to high school football. And today we'll keep our previews going and preview McLean County Cougars there on 97X. And I'm looking forward to our interview with Coach Wagner coming up here in just a second.
Absolutely. Always looking forward to chatting with Coach Wagner a little bit. It's a McLean County Monday.
It is a McLean County Monday. You guys were there. You and your partner were there Friday at the scrimmages. How'd it go first with the practice run for the Cougars on 97X?
Hey, me and Brock done very well together. Brock's got a long history of coaching, so he's got that little coaching background. So he knows his X's and O's. He knows what he's doing. I'm going to come in there behind him with my insight as the color guy. And we're looking forward to bringing you all the action this season on 97X, Owensboro's Best Rock.
I listened to the recording of it. I thought you guys, for the first time out, did a pretty good job. Get another practice run Friday.
That's right. Caleb Farkas is Tell City
marksman.
The marksmen of Tell City are coming into town. Looking forward to seeing what Coach Webb and Noah Terry can do against my Cougars defense.
I'll tell you what, we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to go straight on to the Green River Area Federal Credit Union hotline and get Coach Wagner. Coach, welcome to Live at 5.
Thanks for having me.
Coach, coming off a nice season last year, was at 9-3, a nice run in the playoffs. How's the offseason been going so far and in your first scrimmage game?
We thought the offseason was pretty productive for us. We got to get in the weight room and get some of our young guys strong, and got out and had a really good spring. And we saw a lot of bright spots in the scrimmage Friday night. Obviously, that's kind of our first time seeing live bullets, so we got some stuff to shore up and a little sloppy, but we'll be ready to go next week.
You know, on the offensive side of the ball, you do return your quarterback. You do lose your leading rusher from last year, graduated. You know, we know about the wing at McLean County. How do you feel like the offense with Klein back at quarterback and with the new rushers, how do you see your ground game being this year?
It's going to be a little different than it has been in years past. One thing, we won't be as big up front as we have been in other seasons. We're small, but we are kind of quick. I think we'll probably be in gun or pistol predominantly this year. We're not going to forego any under center wing stuff, but a lot more gun pistol looks. I think we're going to have to find unique ways. We don't again have a traditional fullback this year. So we've got some guys that have some quickness and some athletic ability, and we're going to do a little different things to get them the ball.
You know, Coach, the last couple of seasons, we've had a basketball player jump on board and join the roster. Brady Dam a couple of years ago, Evan Ward the past season. You know, now we've got H.B. Whitaker. You know, HB's a basketball player, baseball player. Now he's a football player. You know, how much of a difference has adding an athlete of the caliber of HB done for the roster?
Well, HB played middle school football, and he's back with us this year, and he's a big, strong kid. He got his first glimpse of varsity football last Friday night, and I think he he enjoyed it. He was helpful. He's going to replace Evan Ward and hopefully, be our vertical threat down the field. He mentioned several times he wished he had not have taken that hiatus.
You talked about not being as big. You talk about up front. How many offensive linemen do you return from last year? And how is that it's so important for the offensive line to work as one unit and a cohesive unit. How's that transaction been going so far?
There were some rough spots Friday, just from kind of some of our line calls. There is some freedom in our hybrid wing tee for our linemen to make certain calls and against different fronts and what they've seen. So we're kind of slowly getting into that. We do return our center in Whit Searcy, a senior offensive tackle he's like a coach out in the field. So I think we're coming along slowly. It's just week by week with this group.
And we'll jump to the other side of the ball. You do lose through graduation your top 3 tacklers from last year. Who are some guys in the early season, even in the scrimmage game, that are kind of stepping forward and being the leaders for that defense?
Whit Searcy and Kobe Dant are 2 seniors on the defensive line, and I really hated to do it last year, play Whit Searcy both ways, but we had to, and we're going to continue to do it this year. He's a pretty hard nosed and tough kid, but he and Kobe are kind of leaders out there. And then we were kind of surprised. Well, we knew he could do it. We were just worried, being a freshman. Hunter Stratton and Weston Hodges both came in and showed that they were not afraid of contact.
I will say one thing. Kobe Dant, we had him on Live at 5 back at the Ag Fair down there. Well, what a personality that young man has.
That is a good way to put it. He's definitely a corn-fed kid, and I don't know. I didn't see any pictures. I'd be surprised if he had sleeves on. He's always walking around with no sleeves, and he's definitely a tough kid.
He is kind of the embodiment when you think of offensive lineman McLean County or defensive lineman McLean County. He fits the picture, or like I used to say, I can show my age here. Back when you used to watch Different Strokes, and they always talked about the gooch. That was the big bully in school. It would be Kobe Dant. That's what he looks like.
Mm-hmm. Coach.
Well, if we still made the neck roll, he would have a neck roll.
You're exactly right. Bingo.
You brought up Hunter Stratton. Just like you said, just a freshman. He's the guy that really surprised me Friday night. To me, showed signs of as he matures and gets older, maybe the next Andrew Munster, maybe we'll see him have 100+ tackle season. Tell me a little bit about his growth so far, just coming in as a freshman, and what you might expect out of somebody like Hunter.
Hunter, he's definitely raw, being a freshman, and the last time he played was middle school, and obviously that's a significant difference in changing game and speed and size, and we've seen and kind of made those comparisons to Munster. Munster was a sawed-off kid that just found the ball and had a nose to the ball, but there's definitely a similarity between the two.
Big changes coming this year to Calhoun. You guys moving from 2A up to 3A. As a coaching staff, is there a little bit more excitement because I know other coaches that made moves talked about this, is that, got coaches that love to prepare and game plan and scheme. You're playing a lot of schools this year that you've never played before, or haven't played in a long time. Has that kind of given you a new energy just in the game plan and preparedness aspect of it?
It's definitely something different. I think the biggest thing is we're very similar with are familiar with all these teams. Just a couple of years ago, Union was on schedule. When I first got here, Union was in our district, and of course we play all the other teams, either if not scrimmage or an early season. I think the biggest thing, if we're fortunate enough to make the playoff cross district is going to be different and exciting.
Yeah, that's definitely something I've looked at. We've got the Adair counties, we've got the Hart counties. We may see Butler County in the playoffs. That cross district, I think, is going to be something a little different. I guess, where do you think, as far as stacking up our schedule, where do you foresee the Cougars at this year?
I don't know. It's really early to tell. Of course, at the end of the scrimmage, the coaches got together. Breck's coach, Coach Otto, and Coach Embry from Butler County. And, we were all asking, of course, we are very complimentary toward each other, but we both said we're sloppy. And I think that's expected in the early season. And usually, if you base it off of our past teams, it kind of takes us a while to get rolling, especially years when we've replaced a lot of moving parts in our offense and defense.
We have this thing where we do ceiling and floor, and for you guys to reach what you think is your utmost potential, as of right now, is there one position group out there that you think needs to take a few more steps forward? Is it the offensive line?
I think so, and that's not a knock on them. They're just young. There's great potential. I sent out the O-line grade, and I probably grade the most difficult and hardest among all the coaches when we grade our positions. And so, I had to call our guys and say, look, if you were in a classroom, these would be failing grades, but we expect you to, and we're going to hold you to a higher standard. So the potential is there to be really good and allow us to do a lot of different things that we maybe haven't been able to do in the past with this group.
You've got an interesting scrimmage coming up this Friday where you're taking on, the Marksmen of Tell City. What are you looking for as far as they say a lot of times the biggest growth the team makes is from game 1 to game 2. What are you looking for from the first scrimmage game to when you get to the end of Friday night? What would you like to see growth in your football team?
I think we flew around the ball, offense and defensively. There's obviously some quickness, some overall quickness to our team. We weren't quite as physical as I'd like us to be, or as team, as we had been in the past. And I chalk that up to just not knowing or hesitant maybe with our scheme or the players' responsibilities. With Tell City coming in, they're a very physical team. They're going to come down and run downhill. So I want to see our team match that physicality.
Well, Coach, we know we have a lot of Cougar faithful that listen every day on Live at 5. What's your words out there to the Cougar faithful as for this upcoming season? Is it's going to be Cougars on 97X here at Cromwell Media?
I think Jalen's done a great job. They all can't wait to have the voice of Cougar Nation come across the loudspeaker and on the radio and YouTube. And we hope to continue to have probably the biggest and best show in town.
Well, Coach, good luck. Thank you for taking the time in this. I know everybody's schedule is super busy right now. Thank you for taking a little bit of time with us, and good luck on the upcoming season.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Appreciate it, Coach.
That is Coach Wagner, the head football coach at McLean County. And Steve's going to join us here in segment 2, and we're going to talk a little ceiling floor with McLean County up next here on Live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Green River Area Federal Credit Union has been serving the Owensboro community since 1959. With that comes being a proud supporter of not only area high school athletics, but also partnering with Live at 5, the #1 sports show in Western Kentucky. With a wide array of products to meet your financial needs, come see what a difference it makes when you partner with a local community credit union. Visit our new website, greenriverafcu.com, or stop by and see us today. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready to take your ride to the next level? Look no further than Lux Detailing and Window Tint. Our skilled technicians will have your car looking its best in no time with our top-of-the-line detailing and lifetime warranted window tinting services. But why stop there? Protect your investment with our System X ceramic coatings, the ultimate in paint protection Carpex certification. Say goodbye to chips, scratches, and fading paint. System X ceramic coatings keeps your cars looking like new for years to come. At Lux Detailing and Window Tint, we're dedicated to bringing you the very best in car care services. Visit us today and discover the Lux difference, where luxury meets performance. Lux Detailing and Window Tint.
Hi, I'm Karen Gross, realtor with Remax Professional Realty Group. Check out my listing at 4736 Windy Hollow Road. It's a manufactured home with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths sitting on 1.1 acres. For more information, call or text me at 270-315-9810. I'm Karen Gross, and your dream is my mission. 270-315-9810.
Cabinet Doors and More off Highway 54 in Fordsville is way more than cabinets. Don't believe us? Come see for yourself. We have a wide variety of items from custom-made wardrobes to corner cabinets, kitchen islands, hallway and couch tables to nightstands, and even mantles for your fireplace. All in stock and ready to go. Come on out to Fordsville and shop with us so you can see why we are well worth a drive. Follow Cabinet Doors and More on Facebook for new weekly items. Cabinet Doors and More off Highway 54 in Fordsville.
Hi, this is Katie the Mortgage Lady with Vision Mortgage. I'm opening doors to welcome you home. Call me, Katie Daniels, at 270-228-2000.
This is not an offer for extension of credit or committal and all loans satisfied the underwriting guidelines. For complete licensing information, visit www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 14168.
The Hancock County Public Library app is now available. Stay connected to the Hancock County Public Library and all that we have to offer by downloading the app to your iOS or Android device. The Hancock County Public Library continues working hard connecting our community.
Looking for unique and affordable furniture, antiques, new mattresses, and more? Look no further than Don's Consignment. Our constantly rotating inventory means new treasures every time you visit. Visit Don's Consignment today. Just drive down Breckenridge Street until you see all the purple.
Hi, this is Robert Edge with Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Egg prices are high, but my rates are low. Ask me about Farm Bureau memberships. They are excellent. 270-683-1715. Thank you.
Jeffy, it's back to school time. Do you know your ABC?
Why, sure, Goldie. A is for awesome customer service that Dan Harris has provided our patients since 1904. B is for the best gift shop in town, always the perfect gift or treat. And C is for our customers because we couldn't do it without them.
Well, you do know your ABCs, Jeffy. I am so proud of you. I'm also proud of Dan Howard Drugs, serving Owensboro and Davis County since 1904.
That's right, Goldie. Customer service is our passion. From a headache or a simple sprain to respiratory care or a hospital bed, Dan Howard Drugs takes care of you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, keeping the tradition that Granddad started way back in 1904. Free delivery, free custom packaging, even MedSync at no additional charge.
Wow, Dan Howard Drugs really does it all.
Our delivery service is second to none. 684-2341.
And now, more Live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5 brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, dedicated to you, committed to justice. That's FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner here in the Floor Concept Studios. Big thanks to our Green River Area Federal Credit Union guest of the game, Coach Zach Wagner. And Vic, tell us a little bit about Green River Area Federal Credit Union.
Man, Green River Area Federal Credit Union has been serving Owensboro community since 1959, and they are a proud supporter of not only high school athletics, but right here on Live at 5, Steve. And with a wide array of products to meet your financial needs, go see what a difference it makes when you partner with their local community credit union. You can visit their website, greenriverafcu.com, or stop by and see them. They're a member NCUA and equal housing lender.
And they came on board at the right time because these coaches' interviews have been tremendous throughout the football previews. It's been very enlightening. And no different here today with Coach Zach Wagner from McLean County, Jalen. And, you got to see the scrimmage the other night, man. Before we jump into this, preview and ceiling and floor, man, what was your thoughts? It's Butler County, Breckenridge County, McLean three-way dance the other night. What'd you see out there?
We're not very big up front, but we're very quick. We're very athletic. This is probably the fastest McLean County football team I've seen since Coach Wagner's been here.
That says a lot.
Yeah, we're very
landing
quick.
caps fast.
Yeah, Aiden Bolden's landing caps fast. Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
But we're fast. We're quick. We're going to hit somebody. I mentioned it. Coach Wagner mentioned it in the interview. I brought it up as well. A freshman like Hunter Stratton, he's showing signs of a young second coming of Andrew Munster. Aiden Rice really impressed me, running the ball really hard at that fullback spot. H.B. Whitaker is going to be our threat out deep. You know, Elijah Baldwin. Brody Klein's going to man the quarterback spot like he has for the last 3 seasons. You know, it's good.
Nice to have that experience back there at the quarterback spot.
Absolutely. You know, and then like Coach Wagner said, we've got big, burly, corn-fed country boys like Whit Searcy and Kobe Dant. And we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna play fear the wing football and try to run it down your throat and dare you to stop us.
Does it feel good? Because 97X is your new home for McLean County Athletics.
Brought to you by B.F. Evans.
Oh, there you go. Brought to you by. These are things I need. I got to get fine tuned here because we're less than 2 weeks away. But now, Jalen, now that you're on 97X, the home of the Cougars, you can say we.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
I love it, man. And the coverage that's being brought to one of the best fan bases in the tri-state area in McLean County. Looking forward to it. What did you see on the defensive side of the ball? You know, they lost some production there with Clayton and Taylor and Ward. And I know Coach Wagner just discussed it, but from a fan's perspective, broadcaster's perspective, well, what do you think about that side of the ball?
Oh, we're going to knock you in the mouth, and we're going to fly the football. Like I said, up front, we've got Kobe Dant coming back. Kobe, I think, was last season a second team all defensive ESPN all defensive line. We've got Aiden Bolden coming back, who's the second team all ESPN defensive back. We've got Whit Searcy up front. We've got Elijah Baldwin playing a little stud outside linebacker for us. We've got Aiden Rice and Hunter Stratton going to be man in the middle. And then H.B. Whitaker, he's like that Swiss Army knife. You're not sure where you're going to see him. He's lined up at cornerback some. He's lined up at linebacker. He's lined up at safety.
He's that new big nickel, right?
A little bit everywhere.
Coach Cook has been going to emphasize the big nickel this year with H.B. Whitaker. And, moving over to 3A district now, it's going to this ceiling and floor really quick. I know Jalen already at the McLean County Fair proclaimed the ceiling was 10.
10. It was.
Let's see if we agree with him.
All right, we'll see if we agree.
We'll go a little more unbiased take, and I'm not so sure I don't agree with him. Ohio County to open, that's going to be at home there. It's going to be a rocking the first 2 weeks, actually, between Ohio County and Muhlenberg County, 2 10th district rivals in the other sports roll in and out-of-district opponents for football, but already instantly see more RPI, cha-ching, for McLean County, who finished the season last year second in all of 2A in RPI. Coach Wagner, Coach Cook, they know how to manipulate the RPI to their favor, and I like them 2-0 out of the gate and a big check mark in the RPI column.
Oh, I do too. I think in a ceiling or even a floor, I think you're 2-0 there.
I agree with that. And week 3 is their first road contest at Grayson County, and we'll talk a little bit about Grayson County scrimmage here in a minute, but I'm not so sure in a ceiling or a floor year with the experience that McLean returns that I don't have them 3-0.
I have that definitely 3-0 on a ceiling. In a floor, this was a game, if you remember, when we were doing McLean, when we were doing Grayson, that with Chafin and Bill to throw the football, they were able to attack maybe what is has been a struggle for McLean County when they faced, teams that like to air the ball out. I will go in a floor. This would be a loss, but in a ceiling, I expect them to be 3-0.
Yeah, this game went into overtime last year.
Yeah, it was a struggle a little bit.
20-14, McLean County got the win at home at Paulson. But, this is a game non-district game that I've got circled on my calendar. That's I'm excited to get up to Grayson County, meet Sam Gormley, and cover this game. But it's definitely one that I've got circled as a question mark.
Yeah, that's 5A across the board for week 1, 2, and 3. So those are RPI feathers in the cap if they could find a way to win them. At Hancock, no longer in the same district, just more of a rivalry game now. They may see them down the road in the playoffs in that sister district.
No, they're in the district.
Oh, they're in the same. I apologize. Butler's not in the same district.
Butler's
apologies. So week 4, we talked about this the other day. Both teams could hypothetically be 3-0, and so Hancock County is a district game. It's a Monday. Leave it to me. But I think this is a game that McLean County will be heavily favored in, just due to the returning experience.
I agree with that.
Grayson County.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think this is a ceiling would be a win. You're sitting at 4-0 and the ceiling part of it. And I think even in a floor, you'd be sitting there 3-1 and splitting with Hancock and Grayson.
Yeah, and that would be. I think it'd be disappointing if they're not 5-0, because Todd County Central at home is next. They walloped Todd County last year 42-14. I think much of the same, ceiling or a floor. I think floor, you're 4-1 at this point. Ceiling, you're 5-0.
Correct. That's how I have it.
Yeah.
And then I look at to me, the biggest game of the season. I mean, I know Hancock County is a district game. It's a rivalry game. But Union County, to me, is the biggest obstacle in this district to winning the regular season district title.
I agree with that.
It's on the road at Union County.
Yeah, Union County bringing back Jaron Johnson, who was supposed to be their starting running back last year, over guys like Chris Hughes, who's going to Louisville, and Kanye Pollard. But Johnson tore his ACL. I mean, I think his freshman year had over 1,200 yards rushing. So
Yeah,
they're returning Jaron Johnson. That's going to be a difficult task.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't got any reports, and I searched high and low about the Henderson County Union.
I talked to some Union County guys, or my dad did, at a middle school jamboree over the weekend. It said they looked very sharp against Henderson County. Not really sure what the score was, but I heard Johnson looked in peak form.
Should be interesting. In a ceiling year, they find a way to win it. In a floor year, this is be the first loss for me.
I agree with that.
And then, you're at Hopkins Central. That's a win.
I think that's a win.
Ceiling or a floor.
Not so fast now.
You don't think so?
Everybody says Union County and Trigg County are our two biggest competitors in the district. Hopkins County Central is sneaky good. They're bringing back a 1,200-yard rusher in Khalil McNary. They've got Logan Rogers, a 4-year starter, coming back at wide receiver and defensive back.
You guys handled them last year.
We
right?
did.
Okay.
We did. But they're bringing back a lot of returners, and it's on the road.
It's just every year's a new year. I like it.
Absolutely.
I like it. So I'm playing the devil's advocate against the Cougars.
I'm still going win, ceiling or floor.
I think we still win.
And Webster, too, for that matter.
But I don't think it's a automatic gimme. I don't think any game in our district is an automatic gimme.
No,
I'm very familiar with the teams in our district. I'm from Webster County, so I hear a lot of chatter there. What they've got coming back: Jackson Edens, Blake Hayner at quarterback. Bringing Jarvis Scott, a basketball player of their own, to play football. They're going to be sneaky good. Coach Milam and his guys. Milam's got some experience in Webster County. We do not have a gimme game in our district.
Yeah, Triggs follows Webster. That game is in McLean, though.
Yeah.
So you compare it to the apples to apples there. They lost 19-0 to Caldwell, which is the playoff game that you guys won last year. 7-4, though, for Trigg last year. And that won't be an easy ball game.
No, not at all.
But in a ceiling year, it's a win.
Yes. Yeah, they've even got – Trigg County's got Jaden Vaughn, I think his name is. Kid's getting D1 offers at wide receiver.
Yeah,
Tayshawn Linton on the defensive line. I've been doing some studying up on our district. It's rough.
Yeah, every game, that's what's going to make it fun, is because every game in this district is going to be very competitive.
I think so.
We'll be there at the Trigg County game and the Webster County game.
Yeah, we got 2 tailgates there, Steve. We'll be at Paulson twice this year in tailgate nights.
I'm always down for that. It's a great time every time you go to Paulson Stadium. And they round out the season at Marshall County, which is another RPI check mark W.
Unless Marshall would have to make huge improvements from where they've been the last few years.
So at the end of the day, we're agreeing with Jay.
I think at the end of the day, I think for me, I want to set the ceiling at 9 wins. I think there's a loss in there somewhere, even in a ceiling year.
If it's a ceiling, we're talking about the best season they could put on. There's not a game on this schedule that they can't win. Union.
No,
Union is a mountain.
Yeah.
I think Union's the tallest
I'm going to have them go for my ceiling 9-1 and probably a loss to probably the Union, and then finishing probably second in that district.
Let me ask you guys this. Our preseason top 10 comes out next week. Is the Cougars preseason top 3 in your top 10?
I haven't looked at it enough to know yet.
No, I haven't. I haven't looked at it at all.
No, we got voting going. We'll send out the votes for this week, and we'll have
probably
our first top 10 will be on Tuesday, isn't it? I think it's going to be Tuesday.
Yeah,
the preseason.
Yeah, next
10.
week. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the teams that are involved. Yeah, probably. I always think they probably are. If not, they're right there firmly inside the top 5. There's
you've got Catholic, you've got Owensboro, Henderson. We'll probably be right around in there, and then you're probably looking at McLean.
Yeah. That's probably I'd say if I had to vote off the top of my head right now, I'd say I'd probably have them third, no doubt about it. And I think the floor
maybe 4. Perry would be right there too, because Perry's going to have a heck of a year too.
They are, and their schedule's a little bit softer. I think week 1 will tell the tale a lot on Perry there to see how they fare against Tell City, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it all season long on 97X.
What would be your floor Number
six.
That's what I have too. 9 and 6. I think 9 wins for the ceiling.
That's pretty good when your floor year is a winning season.
Yes.
And it'll be interesting to see because hypothetically, if they did win the district, or even if they were to finish second at 9-1 to Union, then you start looking at the playoffs and
home playoff game at Paulson Stadium.
Not just that, but I'm thinking run because this district's tougher than the other one.
It is.
This district's tougher than Butler's.
Now, my ideal situation would be a deep playoff run, but a deep playoff run to try to dodge a cow until the state
finals.
Here's
the thing.
That would be
if the masters of the RPI and Coach Wagner and Coach Cook plan this out right, you can dodge just about everybody. Because if you, I'm telling you, they were second in 2A last year. I'll say this: if
they go 9-1. Then you
look at the wins: Ohio County, Muhlenberg, Grayson County, bumps. Marshall County. That's 4
5A
big bumps.
You can see where they'd be in the top 2 or 3, and if it works out, well, you'd like to be on this side of the state.
Yeah, I don't know anything about 3A on this side of the state. I know
Cal's on
2A,
this side.
I know 5A. I don't know 3A yet on this side of the state. That's always an interesting factor,
right?
Is Cal on our side of the state, Jalen?
I don't know.
I think Cal's on our side.
Yeah, see, we're going to have to figure this out. See, this 3A stuff, man, is a wrench. It's different than what I'm used to, but I will find out.
Yeah,
That's something I'm going to go find out immediately as soon as the commercial break comes
we'll talk about it next.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next. We also have scrimmages to talk about. There's plenty to dive into. It's a jam-packed. It's a football Monday.
Well, get used to it. It's going to be like this for a while.
For football Mondays, man, because there's no better shows than the fastest hour in football right here every Monday, whether it be for Friday night, Saturday nights, and upcoming Sunday.
And not only that, this year it's going to be even worse because we've added more to what we're covering. Because we've just obliterated with the teams. Colleges in there now, where we're affiliates for 5 different schools.
Yeah, bring it on. More the merrier. Jalen, you hanging out or you out of here?
Yeah, I'm going to hang out for a little bit. And don't forget this Saturday, guys, the first episode of Cougar Confidential live at Nene's Country Cafe, 9 a.m. Going to have Coach Wagner. I've asked Coach Wagner to hopefully try to bring in Elijah Baldwin and Hunter Stratton with me to chat a little bit and just get the feel of how they felt Tell City went on Friday and preview Ohio County for next week.
That's right. Tell City scrimmage is coming up.
It is.
Man, oh, man.
I think they're going to learn a lot. Coach Wagner talked about that because they're very physical. Terry is going to be a nice back that you're going to have to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a Cougar fan, you need to be at Nene's Country Cafe every Saturday morning at 9, and then that will be uploaded to the podcast page every Monday morning. So if you miss it.
It's got the Buddy Garrity Saturday morning breakfast on Friday Night Lights feel, too.
There you go.
Got to get over there. We'll take a break. Come back, talk scrimmages next, live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Need a way to beat the heat? Stop by Dano's Cigar Lounge on Highway 54 to grab a cold drink along with a premium cigar out of the largest walk-in humidor in the area. We have a great selection of bourbons and beers to pair with the cigar of your liking. Join us on Thursday nights for Bike Night from 6 to 9 p.m. with live music and beer specials. We are open at 11 a.m. Tuesday through Saturday, located on Highway 54 next to Papa Grande. Visit Dano's Cigar Lounge. Smoke, sip, socialize.
EI Sports and Apparel is focused on bringing you quality team uniforms and equipment. They are a full youth sports dealer with all the work done in-house, so all deadlines are met with top-notch quality. They have all the equipment you need for whatever sport you need it. They're an official Adidas dealer, so football, baseball, and soccer cleats, they have the pair that you're looking for. Find them just across the river on Plaza East Boulevard in Evansville or online at eisportsandapparel.com.
Hi, this is Travis Holtree of Foreman Watson Holtree. Our attorneys are dedicated to you and committed to justice, just like the crew from Live at 5, who are also dedicated to bringing you all local sports coverage and committed to doing it justice by spotlighting all of our local athletes and coaches. That's why FWH Legal is proud to bring you the Live at 5 show on Owensboro ESPN station. Join Steve Turner and Vic Evans for Live at 5 each weekday at 5 o'clock right here on 102.7 The Game. Brought to you, as always, by Foreman Watson Holtree. Dedicated to you, committed to justice. FWHlegal.com.
Something doesn't sound right.
How do you know?
My daddy always said you know a bad sound when you hear it.
That makes sense. Yep, that sounds bad.
No, not that.
Hey, your car sounds funny.
My hero.
Stop in Mattingly's Automotive Shop. Let the technicians help diagnose the sounds coming from your vehicle with tune-ups, tire repair, and more. Mattingly's Automotive is here to help. Give them a call at 683-4251 or stop in 2405 Beach Road.
Community Calendar on 102.7 The Game is brought to you by Robert Edge with Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Call 270-683-1715.
It's the Bluegrass Legends Experience at the Owensboro Sports Center in Moreland Park, just off Parrish Avenue at 1215 Hickman Avenue, August 18th, 19th, and 20th. This car show has a food truck rally, vendor show and craft auto, outdoor live music in the park, a beer garden, a swap meet, and over 200 show awards and hourly prizes. There's only a $20 per vehicle entry fee. In this car show, cars, trucks, Jeeps, motorcycles, and rat rods are welcome. Go to LegendsCarShowOBKY.com. Proceeds go to help St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Again, the Bluegrass Legends Experience Car Show.
Find the 102.7 The Game Community Calendar on OwensboroRadio.com or on the Owensboro Radio app. We are Kentuckiana's sports leader, 102.7 The Game.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtry, FWHlegal.com. And during the break, we did scour the interwebs and found out.
Yeah, Cal's on this side.
Cal is on this side, and they're on District 3. So, McLean in District 1, Butler County's in District 2, which we've discussed the other day. Cal's District 3. District 4 is like Casey County, Garrard County, Mercer County, where our good friend Craig Yeast is hanging out. So that would be our side of the state there. On the other side, though, I'm diving into 3A because I'm learning a little bit on the air here.
Oh, yeah, you got Lexington
Catholics on the other side of the state. You got obviously Belfry is over there. They're a normal powerhouse. The other teams I'm gonna have to educate myself a little better on as we get closer to the playoffs. But it is interesting. I do think the path is easier in 3A.
Well, the path.
Let me ask you, and this is going to upset all of McLean County and Butler County and Hancock. Is 3A a better spot for Owensboro Catholic?
No, I don't think so.
You sure? I'm going to say it is. I'd much rather not have to play Mayfield or LCA on my side of the state than any of these teams.
Well,
except Cal.
I was going to say, yeah, except Cal. Cal's the undefeated 3A state champs.
But yeah, you're talking about two of the best teams in the state on your side.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
The state.
Yeah, where you get, like we were talking about, where if McLean could be there at the 2 spot on this side of the state through 2 rounds of the playoffs, then you miss Cal and you either get E-Town or Franklin Simpson or Union. That's a better matchup there, yes.
Well, myself and Mr. Chris Riley were over there getting our feet wet a little bit in the first quarter of Owensboro Catholic and Meade the other night. Everybody's asking me how it went. Catholic, we were leaving a little bit before half. Meade had the ball on about the 20-yard line, just a few seconds left, but it was 35-7 Catholic. That was benefited by 3 straight turnovers that Meade had that were returned for touchdowns. One was a pick six, Vince Carrico touchdown. I mean, we got it in right off the bat. And it was Vince sitting down in the zone. Bam, he never saw him. Touchdown. The other one was a scoop and score fumble. The other one was a tremendous defensive play. I wish I could give the credit to the young man that had it. It was possibly Munster, number 57. But guess what? Neither team had the roster numbers wearing the kids wearing the right jersey. So I don't know. That masked man, whoever it was, made a tremendous Aaron Donald tapped it up in the air, caught it, took it back to the house for a touchdown. That's
good to know because that Calicut defense putting points on the board that'll come in handy in that Lux fantasy football.
You want to know how they're going to replace Simone, and it's just going to be a bunch of guys, right? Mm-hmm. So, I think if you look at the positives from the scrimmage for the Aces, Atwell's the absolute real deal.
There's a reason I drafted him number 1.
The dude's throwing laser beams all over the field. There was the 2 touchdown drives that Catholic had offensively. They were faced with 3rd and longs multiple times during the drive, and Atwell would just find Carrico, like laser beam them. He was under pressure every time too. So he's absolutely as advertised.
Yes.
And then we're talking, what is it? August? August
and one of his best receivers weren't. You got
Deuce
Sims and Blair weren't there.
Blair wasn't there, no problem. I thought Miles Edge stood out on both sides of the football at the running back spot and on defense. Warren Ebelhair is a stud. It's just another weapon. And then Vince Carrico obviously is one of the most fun players to watch in our area. What you thought about Catholic going in, the concerns, I still don't have the answers. The OL, the offensive line looked a little rough. There was a lot of bad snaps.
But I think in first scrimmage games, the offensive line's always going to look rough.
No, and I'm not. It's like I said, it's a scrimmage. I mean, It is what it is. I will say they had a lot of snap problems. The ball was on the ground, the ball was over his head, beside left to right of him. Those are things that's got to be cleared up for sure, because that can cause some serious road bumps. I thought the defensive back struggled a little bit when Meade adjusted and kind of abandoned the run a little bit and started rolling their quarterbacks out of the pocket. Then I thought there was some guys running wide open, which, like I said, it's a scrimmage. But on the other side, man, Meade, they got off to that slow start. They got punched them out. That's 35-0, and there's legitimately, Vic. I know we talked about on the show that the quarterback competition may have just been coach speak. No, it was legit. As a matter of fact, I think the other kid started. Cade Scott did not start. I think Hobbs did, and the numbers were wrong. So it's really hard. Coach Mofield was really throwing a wrench in on us. But I'll say this, man. Coach Mofield adjusted. They're up down 35-0, and they weren't having any success at all. None. They have a first down for like a quarter and a half. And then he starts rolling the quarterback out, completely abandons the run. They start going to some high percentage throws, and they start moving the football. And they put the clamps down on Catholic after that initial start. I don't think Catholic scored in the second quarter. So all in all, it was hard to read pretty much anything except for the fact that what you thought going in is pretty much where they're at right now.
Yeah, it's kind of what we thought. Yeah, they are what we thought they were as of right now, but they'll all get better.
And then across town, this has been a big topic on Bluegrass Preps was Owensboro, Central Hardin, and Mayfield. Owensboro got a 7-0 win over Central Hardin. I guess if you're keeping wins and losses and scrimmages, I don't know. 3-3 against Mayfield. So one thing you can take away right off the bat is that Owensboro's defense.
It's legit.
The Central Hardin moved the ball between the 20s, but when they got down there, Owensboro turned them over a couple times. And then for Mayfield, was without their back. They didn't have their big running back. But overall, I thought Owensboro's defense looked really, really good. Winstead, ripped off 2 or 3 just 50, 60-yard runs. He's an absolute animal. Doesn't have maybe that top-end gear. He's more of the Thunder, and Hampton's the Lightning. Because Hampton against Mayfield ripped off about a 60-yard one. And here's the thing. The quarterback play was an issue, right? I think they only threw one pass past the line of scrimmage that was completed. But the running game early on is going to be enough to be a security blanket for the quarterback. The
problem you have with Owensboro is you start with Cal and Bowling Green, and I just don't think those are two teams you're going to be able to run the ball down their throat. I think Owensboro is legit. I think it reminds me a lot of last year's team. Defensively, it's a legit state title contender. The run game and the backs they have are legit state title contender. How far Owensboro goes really comes down to quarterback play.
That's where I was going to go, and I don't want the Owensboro faithful to hate me. But is there, we talk about quarterback controversy. From what I'm hearing, there's got to be a quarterback controversy at Owensboro. Do you go with Trevor DeLacy? Do you go with Ty Ashley, the freshman who I'm hearing?
I'll play devil's advocate to all this and say that this is the first varsity snaps at quarterback.
Yes, and there's no doubt.
It's a scrimmage. This is what scrimmages are for. So it's not going to get any easier for DeLacy because he's got to go to Boyle County
next week. But
I think if you're Coach Fallon, I think you kind of like that. How's he going to respond off of maybe a little bit of a tough game? And you got to give the kid an opportunity.
No, there's no doubt. I'm not saying I'd make a change right now. I'm just saying what I'm saying is in the grand scheme of things, when you get into, let's be honest, Owensboro is about, you've gone to 4 straight semifinals. You went to the state championship.
You got to find a way to get over the hump.
Right. It's about winning state titles at Owensboro. It's one of the best programs in the state, but the one thing they haven't done that other programs have is collect state championship trophies. And I think it's all there, but it's going to come down to the quarterback play to me is going to be the difference of, is Owensboro a state championship contender, or is it they get to the semifinals, they get somewhere a deep playoff run, but get knocked off by Bowling Green?
Well, there's no doubt because everything else is – the defense does have questions because there's a lot of new faces over there, but I think
it's talented.
It's very talented, and you can see Central Hardin returned, the top running back. They lost a little bit on the lines, but the quarterback's back, the top running back's back, and then you know what Mayfield is. And to only surrender 3 points between the two in a scrimmage. I mean, that's a win for your defense.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Then you look at the running game, and you got maybe the best. I'm gonna throw it out there. The best 1-2 punch in 5A. I mean, if there's a better one, I would be hard pressed to find it.
It may be the best 1-2 punch at any level in Western Kentucky, and somewhere in the top 4 or 5 in the state.
Yeah, if you find somebody better than Winstead and Hampton as a duo, I have to see it. So yeah, I mean, instantly you're going to look to the quarterback as the other spot. So, it's the first scrimmage, no pressure, right? No pressure.
I think one thing's for sure. Going into week 1, I think there's only one school in the city of Owensboro that knows who their starting quarterback is going to be, and that's Owensboro Catholic.
That may be right. You may be
because there was a young kid at Apollo that tore it up the other day in the scrimmage.
There is, and Riley chimed in. I just now saw his text because his observations from the other night. Reinerson, he made a big catch. DB came in and tried to shoulder tackle him. He stays on his feet and then goes, I think, all the way down to like the 1 yard line. So
you said a lot about Cam Woodward too for Owensboro Catholic.
Oh yeah, he looks the part. I mean, like I say, he was getting some reps, and that was a good opportunity for him with no Deuce Sims in the house. So I thought he looked the part. I think just a sophomore for Catholic there. But you mentioned Apollo across town struggled early, and I think they knew they would a little bit. They were missing some starters, missing some linemen. But they fell behind early, and then you had a big run from Niles Board, who I think will be in for a nice season, especially once that line gets all on the field together. Defensively, it's still going to be about how good are they up front. I said that all along. Like, if you're going to get dominated at the line of scrimmage like you did last year, you're not going to win a lot of games because your schedule is ridiculously tough. I mean, there's not a whole lot of games where you can take weeks off and, we can get better this week. Well, no, it's just another buzzsaw after buzzsaw after buzzsaw. So they've got to be better up front on both sides. The linebackers have to be better. There's no doubt about that. And I think I like their DBs a little bit, but everybody wants to know the quarterback drives the bus, right? And I mean, Max Johnson, the JV portion
looked good.
Looked really good.
Yeah, I've seen the videos.
I mean, that's why everybody was asking this time last year, what school's that kid going to? Because he looks like a star. I mean, and I don't know if that, and I'm not trying to put pressure on Coach Edge or anything, because, he's just a freshman. At the end of the day, Coach Edge knows how to manage quarterbacks about as well as you could possibly want. So, they're in good hands. I'll say that. So, it'd be interesting to see how they bounce back next week. They'll be at home again on Thursday night in a scrimmage, will the Eagles. And then my good buddy Scott Hart down in Grayson County gave us an update from down there. They beat Webster County 18-12 in their scrimmage. They gave up a touchdown the very first play and didn't give up another one until the very last play. So played pretty good in between. Chaffin's getting his first experience at quarterback, played pretty well. Hanshaw at running back is a name to watch. But the star of the scrimmage is the guy we thought it would be, Van Meter.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the guy that goes high in this Lux Fantasy Football High School draft.
There's no doubt about it.
And Grayson Chaffins, Jaden Kinney both contributed there for the Cougars in the scrimmage. So it'll be interesting to see. K105 keeps us plugged in pretty good. But interesting. It's another team that, with the district change, kind of like McLean, that I think is going to benefit greatly from it.
Oh, I do too. I think they were a big winner in the whole district redistricting.
Now, to the scrimmages, I have no idea. And a team, and it's probably shame on me for not reaching out to Coach Brandon and kind of talking this through. Didn't see much from Davis County in Glasgow. What I did see was Glasgow making some plays, but that was from Glasgow's coverage area.
Right.
So it's hard for me to comment too much on it. Hancock County, Caldwell, nothing. I didn't get really nothing.
I got a final score, and that was about it. I think it was 12-6 Caldwell.
Yeah.
So, I've seen some Jack Roberts videos on Twitter. Look pretty impressive.
I think Jack's going to have a good year.
I
said that in the LA5 the other day. I think he'll be a good security blanket for a quarterback still getting his feet wet at the varsity level.
Luckily, you talk about Coach Brandon. We'll have him on tomorrow on Live at 5 because it's Davis County Day.
No, I know. So I'm looking forward to having Coach Brandon. He always is a great interview. He always gives good tidbits about guys to watch, and they always seem to pan out.
Interested to see if they got a wide receiver back.
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, the Luke Floyd question is the question.
That is the question.
So, because let's be honest, he's one of the most talented kids in the city.
No doubt.
I got to know whether to draft him in my Lux Fantasy High School Fantasy Football.
We're all looking for that.
Come on, Luke Floyd, give us some answers
here. That's right. Where are you at? Where are you going to be? Where are you lining up? Only what score are you playing, but what position are you going to be playing?
Exactly.
I know one thing. He's a heck of a defensive end. The way he finished the year last year with a lot of sacks. Won't just help you on the offensive side. Will help you on the defensive side. But we'll take a quick break, come back and wrap it up here on a Monday, live at 5, 102.7 The Game.
Jordans, Nikes, Yeezys, and more. If you're a shoe enthusiast, you know these shoes are hard to come by. Well, not anymore. Now open in Owensboro, Kickin' It is bringing you all these name brands and more. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Kickin' It not only sells shoes, but as enthusiasts, they buy and trade as well. Be sure to check out their collection of vintage, single stitch, and designer clothing. Kickin' It is located at 201 Salem Drive. Be sure to check them out on Facebook and Instagram at Kickin' It 270.
Are you ready to take your ride to the next level? Look no further than Lux Detailing and Window Tint. Our skilled technicians will have your car looking its best in no time with our top-of-the-line detailing and lifetime warranted window tinting services. But why stop there? Protect your investment with our System X ceramic coatings, the ultimate in paint protection Carfax certification. Say goodbye to chips, scratches, and fading paint. System X ceramic coatings keeps your cars looking like new for years to come. At Lux Detailing and Window Tint, we're dedicated to bringing you the very best in car care services. Visit us today and discover the Lux difference, where luxury meets performance. Lux Detailing and Window Tint.
There's a young lady who works at a medical clinic who is currently on Plan Z, the diet by Zola. Hi, I'm Zola. The interesting thing is the clinic she works at offers weight loss solutions of varying types. She tried all that and she worked out a lot too, but she could never get the weight off. She heard about Plan Z and decided to give it a whirl. She only needed to lose maybe 30 pounds max. Well, she emailed me at day 39. She's lost 20 pounds already and she's thrilled. She's down to the lowest weight she's been at since hitting adulthood. This young lady is studying to be a doctor. She says she has learned more from my diet about nutrition than she has in her medical study. She plans to carry what she has learned with her throughout her career. You might be like this young woman. Maybe you only have 20 to 30 pounds to lose to look fabulous in that swimsuit this summer. Maybe you work out and try to lose weight only to fail. This time, get it off by getting on PlanZDiet.com. PlanZDiet.com, because you deserve a better diet, and I've designed one that works. PlanZDiet.com.
Nico's Bakery and Cafe is located on Emory Drive in Owensboro, a scratch-made European-style bakery serving croissants, sourdough bread, tons of dessert options, soups, salads, and more. Offering catering, take-and-bake dinner entrees. We know food. Nico's Bakery has everything to satisfy your cravings. High-quality, fast, casual food. Come in, sit down for lunch. In a rush? Go through our drive-thru. We want to be your coffee on the way to work, your lunch during the day, and dinner at home. Nico's Bakery and Cafe, 270-478-4441.
Well then, this place not only rocks, it rolls.
Don't forget to cool off with us at Diamond Lane South this summer. We truly have something for everyone with open lanes daily during summer break. Then make your weekend plans by reserving a spot for our Moonlight Bowling every Friday and Saturday night starting at 9. While you're here, grab some Lane 20 food and drink. There's always summer fun at Diamond Lane South. For daily specials, follow us on Facebook or check out diamondlanes.net. Let's head to the lanes. Diamond Lane South.
Stop in and see us at the Hancock County Public Library and check out our new additions to the Library of Things. We now have pickleball sets, disc golf sets, tennis rackets, and tennis balls, which check out for 7 days. Then visit our beautiful Vastwood Park to use those items and return them to the library when you're finished. There's something for everyone at the Hancock County Public Library, connecting our community.
And now, Western Kentucky weather on 102.7 The Game.
Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low 63. Partly sunny on Tuesday, a high of 84. Partly cloudy on Tuesday night, a 20% chance of rain and thunderstorms, low 67. Partly sunny on Wednesday, showers and thunderstorms likely, a high of 84. Showers and maybe a thunderstorm on Wednesday night, low 70. Partly sunny on Thursday, a 40% chance of a shower thunderstorm, a high of 83.
Local sports at its finest, live at 5 with Stephen A. Turner and Vic Evans on 102.7 The Game.
Live at 5, brought to you by Foreman Watson Holtree, FWHlegal.com. Stephen A. Turner, Vic Evans, Jalen Daugherty here in the Floor Concept Studios. couple minutes left, taking you home on a Monday. The coaches poll came out today, the NCAA top 25. Any surprises in there for you? I mean, Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Bama 3, Ohio State 4, LSU 5.
No, that's what I would have it. I think Michigan and Georgia's schedule. I mean, I can't imagine Georgia losing more than one game. Maybe the only game I could see them losing the regular season, Tennessee. They got a cakewalk of the easiest SEC schedule there is. Michigan's schedule is absolutely atrocious. They don't play anybody but Ohio State. Yeah. So
SC 6.
I'm curious to see how the whole last year of the Pac-12, and does somebody pull a couple upsets? Does like Washington State and Oregon State and Stanford, who got left behind, get frisky,
get mad,
and pull a couple upsets? But and I think LSU's my pick. I'm going to pick you. I'm going to go out on the limb here. I'm going to say this right now. LSU wins the SEC West and will meet Georgia in the SEC championship.
What do you think, Jalen? Brian Kelly effect.
Yeah. Who's Brennan, right? Quarterback in LSU?
I believe so, yeah.
Max Brennan.
Same fella, right?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
I think so. USC is intriguing to me. Is the Caleb Williams hype? Is it real?
Yeah, does he win back-to-back Heismans?
What about Penn State at 7?
I think they're overrated. Penn State's always overrated.
Yeah.
Penn State's more
overrated. Florida State at 8.
Penn State's more overrated most years than Notre Dame is.
Yeah, Florida State at 8 is ridiculous.
And I know that they're highly touted coming in, but that Florida State at 8, they won't be there for long. Clemson at 9, Tennessee 10. How about the Irish back there at 13?
That's about right for them. I mean, it's their whole season comes down to, I'll say this. Nobody has a tougher 3-game stretch than Notre Dame, or 3 games on their schedule than Notre Dame when you're playing Ohio State, Clemson, and USC.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
So when Notre Dame goes 10-2 this year, nobody give me crap about they're overrated.
Oh, they played a terrible schedule.
Yeah,
and then Michigan played Ohio State.
That's it. That's it.
That's the way it always goes. Oklahoma way down at 9. They're already starting to slip.
Oklahoma's going to become the next Nebraska. They went out and hired a defensive coach, and they're moving to the SEC, which doesn't fit them. And they made a bad hire at Venables. You don't hire defensive coaches anymore. It's an offensive game.
Thanks to Coach Wagner for coming on. Jalen, thanks for staying.
Absolutely, guys.
Hey, good luck to all the soccer teams on the boys and the girls side.
And
kicking off tonight. Scrimmages tonight. Regular season for soccer, though, tonight on the boys and girls side. So good luck. Stay dry. Hopefully it doesn't rain on you.
You've been listening to Live